Mount Everest, at over 8,900 meters, is not only the highest peak but also a place full of mysteries. Recent discoveries have surprised scientists, revealing truths once thought to be myths. In today's video, we'll explore 17 fascinating phenomena that continue to puzzle experts. What's hiding at the top of the world? When you think of Mount Everest, wildlife might not be the first thing that comes to mind, but there's an unexpected twist. The harsh conditions, unpredictable weather, and extreme altitude might not seem like the ideal environment for life. Yet, some wildlife survives at an altitude of 29,029 feet. Everest is home to the Himalayan jumping spider, remarkably resilient creatures that endure extreme conditions. In the year 1924, a British expedition even discovered unique locust species found only on Everest. Larger predators like the snow leopard and the Himalayan tahr, a horned animal adapted to cliffs, roam the lower slopes of the mountain. The Himalayan black bear lives in the forests at the base of the mountain, sharing space with the Himalayan tahr. Surprisingly, the rare red panda, which resembles a raccoon, also lives at lower altitudes, far from the summit. But what if there's more to Everest's wildlife than we've been told? Could the extreme conditions be hiding a deeper secret about survival? The strange sounds on Everest. Climbers on Mount Everest often share stories of strange, unsettling sounds that echo through the valleys at night. They describe it as if the mountain itself is alive, with sounds that suggest a giant awakening after a long silence. This phenomenon remained a mystery until Dave Hahn, a veteran mountaineer with 15 summits of Everest, reported hearing loud, rumbling noises one night. He saw large chunks of snow and ice tumbling down the mountain, with the ground shaking from the impact. Scientists later explained that these noises are caused by the cracking of glaciers as temperatures rapidly drop at night, causing the ice to contract. The sounds are similar to loud cracking or popping noises. This natural event is also a sign of climate change. As glaciers melt, they threaten the water supply for millions and increase the risk of avalanches, posing a danger to climbers and local communities. As climbers continue to face the relentless challenges of Mount Everest, some believe these strange sounds are not just a natural occurrence but a warning. But could something even more mysterious be waiting for them? A force that defies all explanation. The Guardian Angel. In the year 1975, two British climbers, Doug Haston and Doug Scott, reached the summit of Everest, but it was too late in the day. They had to spend the night in the death zone, where the air was thin and freezing cold. They dug a hole in the snow and crawled inside, hoping to survive. They had no oxygen, no food, and their stove was dying. They seemed in grave danger, but then something unusual happened. They sensed a presence in the hole with them, a warm and comforting feeling. This figure seemed to communicate with them, offering advice and encouragement to help them survive. They were not alone. They were not the first to experience this. Many other climbers have reported similar sensations on Everest. Could this be a phenomenon helping them in their most critical moment? The disappearance of Marco C.I. Marco C.I. was one of the boldest skiers of his time, always seeking the toughest challenges. In 2001, he became the first to ski from Everest's summit to base, completing the challenging Norton Couloir in just 2 hours. But he wasn't satisfied. In the year 2002, he set his sights on the even more dangerous Hornbeam Couloir, a route no one had attempted. Despite warnings from Sherpas about his fatigue and changing weather, C.I. pushed on. He began his descent but was never seen again. No trace of him or his skis has been found, and the Sherpas believed he may have fallen into a crevasse or been caught in an avalanche. Despite extensive searches, his fate remains unknown. But his story takes a chilling turn. What happened to Marco that day? Could Everest have claimed yet another victim? Jim Davidson's harrowing survival story. In the year 2015, Jim Davidson, a mountaineer and geologist, faced a terrifying moment while at Camp 1 on Mount Everest. A powerful earthquake struck, causing significant damage to the area and surrounding regions. Many people were affected, and numerous lives were tragically lost. Despite this, Jim survived and had to endure difficult conditions for 11 more days. In these harsh circumstances, he not only had to care for himself but also assisted others around him. Even though he was in pain and exhausted, he never lost hope. At that time, Jim was over 50, but his determination remained unwavering. This challenging experience didn't stop Jim from pursuing his dream of reaching the summit of Everest. After returning home, he spent a year training physically and mentally, often working for many hours each day. In the year 2016, Jim returned to Everest, and after years of persistence, he finally reached the highest point on Earth. He sent an emotional message to his wife, "I'm standing at the highest point on Earth." Jim had overcome incredible obstacles to achieve his lifelong dream. Everest is full of surprises, and so are we. Hit that notification bell to be the first to uncover the next shocking revelation as we dive deeper into the mountain's secrets. The Yeti Footprints. In the year 1951, mountaineer Eric Shipton discovered strange, massive footprints in the snow while exploring the Himalayas. The footprints, resembling human toes but much larger, raised the question, could this be evidence of the Yeti, a legendary creature in Himalayan folklore? Along with the footprints, Shipton also found hair that didn't match any known animal, adding to the mystery. This discovery made the Yeti legend feel more real. Despite years of research, scientists have not yet found conclusive proof, though DNA analysis of the hair revealed it belonged to a previously unknown species. Some believe this points to the Yeti's existence, while others suggest it might just be an undiscovered animal. What's your take on this legendary mystery? Could these footprints be real? Or is there something else in the shadows of Everest that remains hidden from human eyes? The things left behind on Everest. A report from Agence France-Presse on June the 27th notes that rising global temperatures are causing the snow on Everest to melt faster, revealing trash and remnants from previous expeditions. This has made cleanup efforts more challenging, with over 50 tons of waste and remains discovered during this year's cleanup campaign. Everest's harsh conditions have led to over 200 fatalities, and some climbers' remains are still on the mountain, either buried under snow or exposed due to melting ice. The story of Maurice Wilson. Maurice Wilson, a former British soldier, turned to prayer and fasting after recovering from a serious illness, believing his faith played a key role in his healing. With this belief, he set out to accomplish a remarkable goal, climbing Mount Everest in the year 1932. Despite having no mountaineering experience. Driven by his unwavering faith, Wilson felt confident that his belief in divine assistance would guide him to success. In the year 1934, he reached nearly 23,000 feet but encountered a massive ice wall blocking his path. The Sherpas, with their deep knowledge of the mountain, recommended he turn back for his safety. But Wilson chose to continue. In his diary, he wrote, "This will be the final effort." Tragically, he was unable to overcome the mountain's harsh conditions and passed away in his tent, just steps away from his goal. Ever experienced something unexplainable in the wild? Share your eerie encounters below, and let's compare them to the supernatural stories from Everest. The Sherpas' experiences on Everest. Climbers often dream of standing on Everest's peak, but for British climber Jonathan Griffiths and his companions, this dream turned into a challenging ordeal. They encountered a group of Sherpas, the indigenous people of Nepal, who are known for their mountaineering expertise and pride in their land and traditions. They felt that Griffith's team had unintentionally violated their customs. What started as a misunderstanding escalated when a large group of Sherpas, armed with rocks and sticks, confronted the climbers. Despite attempts at dialogue, Griffiths and his team were unable to resolve the situation. Just as things appeared increasingly dangerous, American climber Melissa Arnott, an experienced Everest summiter, stepped in. Recognizing the seriousness of the situation, she advised the group to leave immediately. They followed her advice, abandoning their summit attempt and realizing that prioritizing safety and respecting local customs was more important than reaching the peak. But as climbers face the mountain's immense physical challenges, do the Sherpas know something about Everest that others don't? Marine fossils on Everest summit. NASA recently confirmed the discovery of marine fossils on the summit of Mount Everest, sparking discussions in both scientific and religious circles. These fossils, found at over 8,000 meters above sea level, have raised questions about their origins. Some interpret them as supporting the biblical account of a global flood, believing that rising sea levels once submerged even the highest mountains. For many who hold religious beliefs, this discovery is seen as an affirmation of their faith. On the other hand, scientists offer a different explanation. NASA suggests that the fossils provide evidence of plate tectonics. Millions of years ago, Everest was part of an underwater region, and tectonic forces pushed the ocean floor upward, forming the Himalayas and Mount Everest. This view attributes the fossils to natural geological processes rather than a global flood. The story of Julius Sturck's fatal climb. Julius Sturck, known as the Swiss Machine, was a legendary figure in the mountaineering world. He dreamed of summiting Everest from both sides, a feat that had never been accomplished before. Julius had conquered numerous formidable peaks, including Tenzing and Annuna, setting speed records and winning awards for his exceptional skill and bravery. Not only was he fast, but he was also graceful and bold, navigating the most challenging routes with remarkable ease, earning the respect and admiration of his peers. In April 2017, Julius lost his life during a climbing expedition. While the precise circumstances of the accident remain unclear, factors such as harsh weather conditions or lack of oxygen are often challenges faced by climbers in extreme altitudes. His fellow climbers, too far to assist, could only relay the devastating news of his passing. Massive waste problem. Everest is famous for its beauty, but it's facing a growing environmental problem. The mountain is overwhelmed with human waste, which threatens both the environment and climbers' health. Each year, thousands of visitors inadvertently leave waste behind. Without adequate sanitation facilities, much of it ends up in open areas or streams, posing a risk to the environment and the health of climbers. Some climbers fall ill from drinking contaminated water before reaching base camp. In nearby villages, the lack of waste management makes the problem worse. Locals who host tourists struggle to cope with the growing waste, which further harms the environment and strains their resources. This pollution is damaging the mountain's natural beauty and biodiversity. But is this problem only about pollution? Or does it signal something deeper, a reflection of human impact on Everest's fragile ecosystem? Russia's mysterious expedition. Before Sir Edmund Hillary and Tenzing Norgay reached the summit of Mount Everest in 1953, there were rumors of a secret Soviet expedition attempting the climb in the year 1952. Allegedly, the climbers aimed to place statues of Lenin and Stalin on the summit if successful. Tragically, the team reportedly disappeared after reaching their final camp at 26,000 feet, and the Soviet government neither acknowledged the expedition nor provided details, leaving the story shrouded in mystery. A clue emerged in a year 1953 Alpine Journal article, hinting at a tragic outcome, but the full account remained elusive. In the year 2017, a rescue team searching for a Slovak climber discovered 4 bodies in a tent at Everest's 4th camp. Strangely, no missing person reports matched their identities. Nepal's Department of Tourism speculated that the remains might belong to climbers from the previous year. However, no formal search was conducted. These bodies, visible but overlooked, reignited questions. Could they be from the rumored Soviet expedition? Or are they unidentified explorers lost and forgotten by history? The mystique of Mount Everest. Mount Everest, the highest mountain in the world, has long been a subject of strange stories and unusual experiences. Many climbers have shared accounts of feeling an unexplained presence. One notable story comes from Pemba Dorji, a Sherpa who climbed Everest in the year 2004. During a cold night, he reported seeing shadowy figures appear suddenly, as though they were seeking help or something else, which left him with a sense of unease. Beyond Dorji, other climbers have described eerie experiences, such as hearing unidentified sounds, seeing unusual lights at night, or feeling watched in the desolate surroundings of Everest. Some even describe a sensation that someone is always nearby. These experiences have led many to question the true nature of Everest. Is it simply the harsh conditions and lack of oxygen, or is there something beyond our current understanding? Those who have felt these strange presences often believe that Everest is more than just a mountain. It seems to hold an air of mystery that's difficult to explain. If you found today's video interesting, don't hesitate to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Your support is very important to us. Be sure to check out the next video appearing on your screen. You're sure to love the content we bring. Please leave a comment about which country you'd like us to explore next. Thank you for watching, and see you in the latest video. Thanks for being with us. Leave a comment, like to show your support, and remember to hit that subscribe button for more exciting videos. See you next time.